Again, so our program is Smart Ed, no? Um, the smart classroom is actually not a new concept, but here in Sarangani, we are just starting um, to roll out no smart classrooms in all schools, starting with the pilot schools. Kayo yung nandito ngayon. And so initially when we started Smart Ed, wala pang meaning yung Smart Ed, no? But then they asked me to uh, come up with a name or acronym that would explain Smart Ed in a capsule. And so uh, kung nababasa ninyo, Smart Ed now means Sarangani moves towards accessible, responsive, and technology-based education. And so our goal is to make our interactive learning materials accessible to all teachers and learners. We want to make our uh, learning, no, ang ating teaching responsive. Ibig sabihin, we are able to address the needs of our individual learners, and of course, technology-based because we want no na ma-implement natin yung ICT, yung goals ng ating department in terms of integration of ICT in the classroom. Ayan. So what is our basis? Hindi lang naman tayo nag-implement itong Smart Ed without basis. So yung ating mga school heads, this has been explained to them, to our supervisors. Sila po talaga yung una nating um, na-orient about the Smart Ed, and now it's time for the teachers to be oriented about the Smart Ed. So initially, we had the distribution of our TVs. Ayan, na-receive na ninyo in your uh, respective schools. No, we have 65-inch smart TV, and then we have 1:1 ratio of uh, tablets per classroom. No, ayan, and we actually launched it no officially sa Greenleaf, attended by no less than our regional director, Carlito Rocafort. Ayan, last February. Ayan. And then this is photo is from Glan, no? So this is what the Smart Ed classroom looks like, no? Bare walls, no? Bago pa man nagkaroon tayo ng uh, DepEd order about removing all the decorations in the classrooms. Our vision for the Smart Ed is really to have bare walls, and then we have 1:1 ratio of tablets no inside the classroom, and we have these tables. Kung nakita ninyo, yung ating triangular tables na merong wheels no for easy moving around. So far, ang napuntahan natin na school na meron ng kung ano yung ini-envision natin na magiging itsura ng isang smart ed classroom natin ay nandyan na po sa Glan School of Arts and Trade. So we congratulate no GSAT for being the first to accomplish this. Pero hindi lang GSAT, meron na rin yatang ibang schools no na nakapag-establish na rin ng kanilang smart ed classrooms the way we envisioned it. Ayan. So ano ba yung basis natin for the smart ed classroom? Ayan. So for any program na ini-introduce natin, we always have to understand no why we are doing it. Kasi pag naintindihan natin kung ano yung why, ano yung puno at dulo, kung paano natin ito implement will just come after. Madali na lang yung how. And of course, yung mga what, yung ano yung mga ituturo natin in our classrooms, alam na yon ng mga teachers. Alam na ninyo yon, no? So ang pag-uusapan natin is why we're doing it. So first, why are we implementing the Smart Ed? No, so bago ba itong Smart Ed? Gawa-gawa lang ba ito ng Sarangani? So the Smart Ed is actually anchored sa K to 12 curriculum, which is the RA 10533. Sabi doon, yung ating curriculum has to be learner-centered. Ayan. And we are going to achieve that, no? We will be able to achieve that because of our implementation of Smart Ed. Ayan. Ang paggamit ng constructivist, inquiry-based, reflective, collaborative, and integrative pedagogical approaches. Yan. So the Smart Ed classroom is going to help us achieve that if we are not already doing that in our classrooms, no? To make it global, and of course, to allow for contextualization, localization, and indigenization of our curriculum. Ayan. So, kasi sinasabi natin dati, no, paano tayo magkakaroon ng isang constructivist classroom? Paano tayo magkakaroon ng global learners? Wala naman tayong mga equipment. So ngayon, ang DepEd Sarangani actually work uh, hard no na maibigay yung mga equipment na yon, yung mga tablets, yung mga TV, so that we will have technology that will be used as our tool in delivering constructivist, inquiry-based, reflective, collaborative, and integrative pedagogical approaches, and to develop global learners. Ayan. So kasama din doon yung continuous professional development. So naka-integrate yan dito sa SmartEd initiative na kailangan yung mga teachers natin would level up, no? So this is part of it. Meron tayong, sabi ka ni Ma'am Donna, meron tayong naka-schedule na training. Itong ginagawa nating orientation this afternoon is just the first part of it. No, kailangan maintindihan muna natin kung why we're doing this, why do we have the program. Ayan. So sa actual training natin, no, hindi na natin 'to uulitin. Pag doon sa training mag-actual na tayo kaagad. So kung ano yung mga important skills that should be possessed by teachers who are handling SmartEd classrooms. Ayan. Second reason why are we doing SmartEd, no? Because we are also mandated, no, DepEd Order 21, that we have our graduates should be equipped with 21st century skills. Ayan. So again, the SmartEd classroom, the SmartEd initiative is going to help us, no? It is what we are doing here in DepEd Sarangani, so that we will be able to realize that na makaproduce nga tayo ng graduate who have the 21st century skills. So ano yun? Information, media, and technology skills, learning and innovation skills, communication skills, and life and career skills. Ayan. Another reason, because the department envisions information and communication technology as a powerful tool and an important medium in delivering curriculum content. Ayan. So, ano yun? This is based on the DepEd Computerization Program. Kaya ang DepEd ay merong DepEd Computerization Program kasi gagamitin natin yung mga materials na yon, no, to develop to deliver the content, no. Hindi lang to using the technology para makagamit tayo ng technology. The technology is just a tool, no. Gagamitin lang natin ito so that we will be able to deliver the curriculum. Kaya nag-provide ng laboratory packages, may mga e-classroom sa mga elementary schools, laptops to our teachers, no? Most of you siguro nakatanggap nitong laptops natin from DepEd to integrate ICT in the school system and raise the ICT literacy of learners. Ayan. And of course, reduce the computer backlog in public schools. Another reason, no, why we're doing the SmartEd, kasi merong 4 major areas. Part ito ng digital rise. Ayan. Kailangan natin mag-develop ng digital literacy skills among our learners that will be discussed later on din ni Sir Roy, no? Kailangan natin ng ICT-assisted teaching, ICT-assisted learning, and of course, automation of organization processes. Ayan. So sa SmartEd, paano natin gagamitin itong technology na binigay sa atin ng Department of Education, no, through the effort of our SDO? Ayan. So we are expected, yung ating mga teachers in the SmartEd classrooms, na marunong gumamit ng technology in accessing learning resources. Kailangan alam natin kung paano tayo makakahanap ng mga learning resources that we can use in our classroom. Yan. And matuturuan din natin yung ating mga estudyante kung paano sila maka-access ng mga learning resources natin. Ayan. Second, use technology to develop learning resources. So this will be done doon sa ating training because all of you, kayo na mga teachers and the pilot implementers of a SmartEd, should also learn, no, to develop your own learning resources. Ayan. So yung task of developing the LRs has been devolved naman, no, sa division level. Kaya sa division natin, meron din tayong effort on developing learning resources, yung ating LAS, yung mga learning resources that we developed for LR on Wheels, no. Pwede rin natin yung gamitin dito sa SmartEd. Ayan. And of course, kung ano man yung hindi natin na-produce ay gagawin ni teacher in the classroom. Next is the use of technology in the delivery of learning. Ayan. So, gagamitin tayo ng technology hindi lang sa pag-access at hindi lang sa pag-develop ng ating learning materials, but also in the actual delivery of learning. And finally, gagamitin natin ng technology in the assessment of learning. Ayan. Especially, yung ating assessment dito would be different compared to the usual assessment na ginagawa natin in the traditional classroom. Kailangan yung assessment natin na mamaya madidiscuss natin ano yung kaibahan ng assessment natin with the use of technology. Ayan. So ano yung pillars naman ng SmartEd? Yan. So ito lang yung mga, these are just concepts and ideas na kailangang, kumbaga, if we are implementing SmartEd, kailangan nasa consciousness natin ito, no? Na we are doing SmartEd because gusto natin magkaroon ng student-centered approaches. So yung SmartEd is not just about using technology, but it's about using technology para maging student-centered yung ating approaches. Magkaroon ng meaningful collaboration in the classroom, magkaroon tayo ng active professional development, hindi tayo magiging stagnant because just like technology, laging nagbabago yan, no? Halos every month may bagong lumalabas na technology. Yung Facebook nga laging nag-update ng kanyang mga policies, no? So ganun din dapat, no, ating professional development should always continue. Yan, hindi tayo dapat nahuhuli. Ayan, real-time assessment. Ito yung kaibahan ng assessment natin in the traditional classroom at saka sa smart ed classroom. Kailangan yung assessment natin agad-agad ay nagagamit natin, no? Nakukuha kaagad natin yung result at nagagamit natin ito to continue improving instruction. Ayan, so madali natin kaagad ma-diagnose sino yung nangangailangan ng needs ng additional assistance, ng remedial, no? Immediately malaman natin yan because of technology. Ayan, and of course, technology integration and pagkakaroon ng isang engaging curriculum. Yan, kailangan meron tayong existing curriculum, we make it even more engaging. We make the students more involved in the curriculum. And of course, data-driven instruction, no, gamit yung mga results ng assessment, ng monitoring and evaluation, lahat ng ginagawa nating improvement in our instruction and in the operation of the school base sa data. Ayan. So ano na yung mga component? Paano natin implement ang Smart Ed Initiative? Yan, una-una, no? Start tayo with technology, infrastructure. So initially, you're provided with smart TV, you're provided with your tablets, no? At saka yung mga schools, they exerted effort naman in forming partnerships with their parents and stakeholders para makaproduce ng ating movable tables, ma-improve yung ating classroom, ma-repaint, no? So, dun tayo nag-start, okay? Second, professional development. Ayan, second component. So this is part of it, no? Professional development, we continue to train our teachers. Next, curriculum and instruction materials. Kailangan yung ating mga teachers din, and of course, magkakaroon sila ng access into the different instructional materials. Ayan. So mamaya explain din ni Ma'am Judith kung saan tayo kukuha ng mga instructional materials na pwede natin gamitin. Student support services, kasi nga gusto natin holistic yung development. So while we are investing on technology, kailangan meron ding student support services. And monitoring and evaluation, no, lagi nating titingnan. We expect, no, sa lahat ng mga nag-implement ng Smart Ed, lagi po tayong mabibisita at ma-check kung how are we using the materials that were distributed. Sabi nga ni Ma'am Donna kanina, they will continue to make sure na of course yung mga materials na binigay sa atin hindi lang siya matatambak. And partnership and collaboration. Ayan, so sabi nga rin kanina ni Ma'am Donna, we have to tap our stakeholders, our parents, no, our LGU, kung paano nila tayo matutulungan in the implementation of the Smart Ed initiative. Ayan. So ano naman yung physical facilities accommodation? So ulitin ko lang din tong, actually na-mention na rin to ni Ma'am Donna kanina. Again, so we started with ICT equipment, no? That's the start. Classroom security. So since meron tayong ICT equipment, kailangan at saka accountability ito ng school. So the school management shall ensure na yung ating mga equipment and tools are safely stored and protected, no, from any destructive man-made activities or events of force majeure. Ayan. Next, yung sa ating learning space, kailangan, pag-usapan na rin natin yun, kailangan conducive siya for learning. No, meron tayong standard size according to DepEd Order 64 na 7 meters by 9 meters. So kung wala naman tayong standard classroom, ay at least meron tayong space enough for the learners to move around freely. Kasi nga, ang gusto natin magkaroon ng yan, mga group activities, no? And yan. Next, yung movable tables. Yan, gusto natin magkaroon ng collaboration. So, it is important, no, component ng ating Smart Ed classroom, yung mga movable tables na merong gulong. Yan, and pwede siyang i-put together to make different formations, no, magkaroon ng dyads, triads, round table, and conference type table arrangement. Next, kailangan din yung ating Smart Ed classroom ay merong maraming outlets kasi since gagamit tayo ng mga tablets. So dapat mabilis lang sila makapag-charge. So meron din tayong mga schools na recipients ng ating charging cards, they can also use the same, no, para sa pwedeng safekeeping, pwede nang itago doon kasi it's made of steel, no, so mahirap siyang sirain, and then marami siyang outlets para mas mabilis nating ma-charge yung ating mga tablets. Okay? So ngayon, ano na ba yung different modes of implementation ng LR on Wheel? Ng Smart Ed, no, initiative. So since yung Smart Ed initiative nagsimula naman talaga yung idea niya, no, with as yung LR on Wheels, no, implementing schools. No, most of our recipients actually, no, based doon sa ating profiling, are also implementers of the LR on wheels. Ayan. So mas madali na sa kanila kasi ang gagawin na lang nila, they just continue using the LR on wheels. Ayan. And then their classroom is expected to be compliant na rin sa ating Smart Ed initiative. Ayan. So good, very good doon, no, sa ating mga LR on wheels implementers na hanggang ngayon in the face-to-face setup are still using the LR on wheels system. So anong mangyayari, no? Alam na rin ito ng mga LR on wheels implementers. So yung ating mga materials ay nakastore doon sa DepEd LMS or the National Education Portal. Ayan. Meron tayong LR on wheels doon na category. What you need to do is to download, no, the backup. Meron na rin tayong links actually to be provided. So meron tayong content for quarters 1 to 4, magkakaiba nga lang yung format, no? Yung quarter 1 sa quarter 2 hindi pa natin ito naging HTML5. So, yung quarters 1 and 2 ay para lang din sa mga LR on Wheels implementers natin. And then they will restore it in the LR on Wheels server, and then ayan, that will be broadcast by the antenna, and everyone, no, na merong access doon, merong mga accounts sa LR on Wheels LMS, they can access the learning materials na nakastore doon sa ating different courses. So pwede itong gamitin ni teacher in the classroom, yung situation 1 natin dyan, no? So teachers and learners connect to the network. So yung bata, meron siyang tablets, ko-connect din siya sa LR on Wheels network. Si teacher, yung kanyang laptop ay naka-connect din sa LR on Wheels network at sabay-sabay silang mag-access ng mga materials na nandoon. No, that's one situation. Sa situation naman number 2, pwede rin hindi gumamit ng tablets, no? Pwedeng si teacher lang ang ko-connect doon sa network, and then if a flash na lang doon sa smart TV yung learning materials. No, pwede rin ganon. So that's another option. Ang kaibahan lang is kapag yung mga estudyante ay nag-log in din sa ating LMS, the teacher will be able to track or to trace the development of the learner. Makikita niyo yung progress nila. So kagaya nitong nasa picture na ipapakita ko, this is in Tocawal National High School. And so, ayan, so ito si teacher, makita niyo yung picture dyan sa right. So makikita ni teacher yung progress ng estudyante sa ating LMS, yung mga scores nila right away as they answer, no? Ayan. And then, yung hinahawakan naman dyan ni Sir, yan yung ating mobile antenna. Mamaya explain ni Sir Roy. Actually, most of you ay nabigyan na rin itong mga antenna ng mga router and extenders, no? So ang purpose niyan ay para maabot sa lahat ng parts ng school yung ating signal. Ayan. Okay? So ganyan ang magiging sitwasyon sa LR on Wheels. Ito naman, this is in Nicomedes Tolentino Elementary School. Ayan. So, yung mga teachers, mga bata, meron silang hawak-hawak na tablets, no? They can access the material na sinushow din ni teacher doon sa kanyang smart TV. Okay? So that's one way. Next, meron naman tayong mga schools that are not implementers of LR on Wheels, but they have internet connection. So ito naman yung Smart Ed for online schools. So ang gagawin ni teacher is mag-curate ng kanyang learning resources na makukuha niya from different DepEd approved, no, or DepEd vetted na mga resources or open educational resources. Mamaya din again ipapakita yun ni Ma'am Judith sa atin. So pwedeng i-download yan ni teacher or mag-curate siya, magkakaroon siya ng collection of links, no, or playlist. We call that playlist nowadays, no? And then ilalagay niya yan sa isang online platform or repository. Yan, pwedeng Google Classroom, pwede ring LMS, yung ating National Education Portal, pwede rin nilang gamitin yon, no? So, yung mga nag-take ng NLC assessment, pre-test and post-test, so na-experience na nila yung ating National Education Portal. So, pwede rin po doon, no? Lahat ng schools actually ay meron ng category doon sa National Education Program. Ang gagawin na lang natin ay enroll doon yung mga learners natin, and then si teacher also will be enrolled there at maglalagay siya doon ng mga learning materials. So kung sa National Education Portal po tayo, lahat po ng materials na ginawa natin for LR on Wheels ay pwedeng gamitin dyan, no? Kasi pareho lang sila ng LMS, yun yung Moodle. And based doon sa ating profiling, less than 50%, I think nasa mga ano lang, 20% lang ng mga participants natin ang merong experience sa Moodle. Pero kung sumali po kayo doon sa ating yung end of school year activity, ano tawag nun? VINSET, no? Yung virtual inset for teachers, yun na actually yun ang ginamit natin, yung National Education Portal. Ayan. So pwede tayong mag-upload doon ng mga learning resources, pwedeng ma-monitor doon yung progress ng mga bata, no? And so on. So yung iba naman, kung hindi possible sa inyo na gumamit ng National Education Portal, pwede rin kayo gumamit ng ibang online platforms, and based doon sa ating profiling, marami po sa inyo ang sumagot na nakagamit na kayo ng Google Classroom. So I think that would be the most convenient para sa inyo. So ano ang mangyayari naman in the classroom? So ganun pa rin, no? Situation 1 natin, kung may mga tablets yung mga bata, si teacher and both the teacher and the students will connect doon sa ating online LMS or sa ating platform na pinili, no? That could be Google. And then you can access the materials at the same time. Ang situation number 2 naman natin, the teachers can connect to the network and show the materials doon sa ating uh, smart TV. Ayan. So meron lang ako pakitang example lang, no, na and the rest will be shown by Ma'am Judith later. So pwedeng learning management system ninyo, Google Classroom, pwede kayong mag-download ng mga interactive simulation activities from PHET. This is specifically for science and mathematics, no? And then, pwede rin for your less interactive lesson delivery, gumamit kayo ng ClassPoint. Marami ding sumagot doon kanina sa profiling natin. Nakita ko na they have been using ClassPoint. At saka pwede rin yung Nearpod kasi meron ng mga existing lessons doon. Hanapin nyo lang po yung aligned sa inyong competency na itinuturo. Pwede rin fun interactive quizzes, yung mga Kahoot quizzes. At saka for assessment, pwedeng Google Forms quiz or yung mga automated quiz natin doon sa LMS. Pwede rin yun, no? So mas maraming possibilities kapag yung school ninyo ay online. Ayan, no? Next, so kahit naman yung mga schools natin na hindi sila connected sa internet, no? Kahit actually wala silang electricity, pwede pa rin silang gumamit ng Smart Ed, no? Yan, kasi yung ating mga tablets ay rechargeable naman. Pwede lang silang mag-charge doon sa lugar kung saan merong kuryente, and then they bring it again, yung extra effort lang sa kanila, and they bring it to their school. So kahit wala silang solar power, no? Doon naman sa ating profiling kanina, very ano lang, konting-konti lang yung mga off-grid schools natin na implementers ng Smart Ed. So what they can do is from our online repository or kung saan man yung mga open educational resources natin, they can just download the resources directly into the tablets. At yun na yung gagamitin nila in the classroom. Pwede lang ipagamit na yun right away to their students. I think ganito ang ginawa ng Tanggali kasi yung binigay sa kanila na tablets ay meron ng naka-save doon, no, na mga, I think mga PDF files yun ang nandun. So they can right away access the resources doon sa kanilang tablets. And the teachers, pwede rin, no, mag-download si teacher ng mga videos na kung ano pang mga learning materials na pwede niyang i-show doon sa kanyang TV screen. So there's no limit. Ang limit lang ay ang creativity ng teacher, no? Yan. So ganito mangyayari, naka-save na sa tablet yung kanilang mga materials. This is what I did doon sa Pag-asa when I taught there. So ang ginawa ko is converted lang yung mga materials natin into HTML, no? So that will be part of the training kung paano niyo gagawin yon. Magkakaroon tayo ng HTML format ng mga materials natin na pwedeng ma-save doon sa ating mga Android tablets or kahit sa mga phones lang pwede nilang gawin yon. So kulang yung tablets, pwede rin naman mag-sharing lang, 'di ba? Yan. Ito naman yung si teacher lang ang naka-connect or si teacher lang ang merong materials, and the students will uh, take ano ba? Ano lang sila, take chances lang sila, no, to answer or to participate. And this makes the lesson interactive. Meron nga senior sa atin bago lang na train from Kiamba 1. Kiamba 1, anong school yan, Sir Roy? Asa Kiamba National High School yan. So nakita natin doon kung gaano ka interested yung ating mga estudyante in participating in the classroom na ginamitan na nung mga HTML lessons na dinevelop ng mga teachers mismo. Ayan. Okay. So sa SmartEd, no, of course, we don't uh, end with just using technology kasi sabi nga nila, technology in itself is actually not engaging. What makes technology engaging is the creativity of the teacher. Ayan. So what you are seeing on the screen right now, ito yung levels of integration natin. This is based on the SAMR model na tinatawag. I don't know if you are familiar with this, no? So SAMR. So magsa-start tayo sa S, no? Substitution, A is augmentation, M is modification, R is redefinition. So ano ba yung goal natin sa SmartEd? So SmartEd, ayaw nating tumigil lang tayo dito sa substitution. Gusto natin na yung level of integration natin ng ICT ay tumataas din papunta sa redefinition. So what you can see on the screen right now, this is compared vis-a-vis sa Bloom's taxonomy, 'di ba? Ayan, so yung Bloom's taxonomy din, this is also in increasing order from the lowest going to the highest. Ayan, so if you are using technology merely as substitution, we do not have functional change. Hanggang dito lang din tayo sa lower level of uh, the Bloom's taxonomy of knowledge ang ating naaabot. So kung gusto nating maabot yung higher order, no, ng Bloom's taxonomy, higher level of knowledge, kailangan yung ating level of ICT integration ay ini-improve din natin from substitution level to augmentation level to modification level hanggang redefinition. Ano ba yung mga example? So substitution. So usually in the traditional classroom, meron tayong BTiMax, no? So meron tayong Manila paper, we write our materials there. What is the direct substitution of that? Gumamit tayo ng PowerPoint. So the purpose of your PowerPoint there is we are merely substituting, no? Walang nagkaroon ng hindi tayo nagkaroon ng functional change. So ano yung method naman ni teacher kung ganun lang din ang kanyang gagawin? So doon lang pa rin tayo sa lecture method, no? So walang nangyaring change, no? So how do we augment it? Ngayon, so magkakaroon tayo ng augmentation. Sige, yung PowerPoint natin yan ay meron ng animation, no? Or meron na tayong TV, videos. So meron ng visual, meron ng auditory, no? So nagkaroon na ng augmentation. Ayan. So yung level naman din ng thinking or knowledge na pwedeng ma-develop ng bata doon, no? Kasi mas magiging engaged siya, kasi magiging interesting. Yan, medyo tumataas din ng level. Ayan. Pero ang goal natin, kailangan maitaas pa natin yon. How do we modify it? Yan, yung mga gumagamit ng class point, for example. Yan. So sa modification, meron ng class point, meron ng feedback directly from the learner. So meron kang questions doon sa iyong slide that the students can answer in their using their tablets, and right away you can flash the results, you can address the misconceptions right away, no? Magagamit na natin. So meron na tayong analysis. Ayan. So pwede rin mag-develop tayo ng mga materials na merong mga drag and drop, no? They're going to break down ideas, they're going to come up with ideas, no? Magre-record sila ng videos, for example, ganyan. So nandun na yan sa taas na level, no? So we are now redefined. Nagkakaroon tayo ng tasks na hindi pa available, no, with the use of traditional methods yung ating BTiMax. Ayan. So I hope, ayun, no? So yung teachers, we are encouraging na yung ating level of integration ay maitaas din natin, no? Para maitaas din yung ating results na ma-achieve in the classroom with the use of ICT. Okay? Ayan, so yan na nga yung explanation natin ng levels of ICT integration. Now next, mali lang yung aking title dito. So because nga gagamit tayo ng mga tablets, no? Hindi naman expected na sa lahat ng oras, no, sa lahat ng period, lahat ng subject ay magta-tablet ang mga bata. So balikan natin ulit, no, kung ano ba yung description natin ng K-12 curriculum. It is student-centered, it's collaborative, it is yan, may gumagamit ng constructivist approaches, no, gumagamit ng discovery learning, gumagamit ng integrative approach. So we are not expecting the schools who are implementing the SmartEd na magta-tablet yung mga bata from first period hanggang last period. So we are adapting also, no, the maximum number of hours screen time, no, for education, no, based on the screen time guidelines by age as recommended by the American Academy of Pediatrics and the World Health Organization. Yes, for kindergarten, maximum lang tayo of 1 hour daily. Anong gagawin nila sa ibang oras? Ayan. So, pwede silang mag-games, di ba? Yan, pwedeng merong games, merong mga collaborative, pwede na actually outdoor, no? So, hindi necessarily na makukulong sila doon in the four corners of the classroom. Yan. So, these are itong number of hours na to, we can consider this, no, in our class programming, no, mag-uusap-usap yung mga teachers kung sino yung gagamit ng tablets for today, no, para hindi natin mapuro na lang din, no, kaka-cellphone, no, or kaka-tablet yung ating mga bata. Okay? So basically yan yung mga important things. Mamaya if you have questions, no, based on what I have presented, pwede ninyong i-ask mamaya. We will have time for question and answer. Ayan. So meanwhile, no, yung mga presentations natin for today, ilalagay din natin ulit dito sa ating website sa depedsarangani.org. Yan. So meron tayong doon, meron tayong links. Diyan sa links, andyan yung learning resources, no. So kung meron kayong mga kailangan ng mga materials, no, most of them ay inilalagay po natin dito sa ating website, no. Yung mga presentation natin sa Smart Ed Initiative, kung gusto niyo makita, nandyan din, no, LR on Wheels, and on all others, no, yung ating learning resources nandyan din sa ating website. Okay? So yan lang muna. Please take down notes ng inyong mga gustong itanong, and then we will answer that mamaya in the question and answer portion. Okay?